Henry Rollins, you inspired me. I was 20 years old, and I read an article. We didn't even talk about like Black Flag or Rollins Band or like, this is crazy. You got to come back because we got plenty of time. I'm just saying, like, there's so much I want to ask you about.
No problem, man.
The band. You wrote an article about lifting weights when I was in 1987, summer of 87, 88. And you wrote, lift weights for 3 months, and you did like, bench press, curls, tricep, do back and tris.
Yeah, basic compound lifts.
Yeah. And then you said, but don't look in a mirror for 3 months. Right. Don't ever look in a mirror, because if you go day by day by day, you're going to realize nothing's changing, right, and you're going to tap out. And I did exactly that. I weighed 129 pounds. 1987, I wrestled in Verona High School, the Verona Hillbillies of Verona, New Jersey, 07044. And then, my man, it was a hard time making weight at 140 because I was Jack Diesel, because of what Henry Rollins taught me. I looked in the mirror after 3 months and I said, I got some fucking shoulders on me, bro.
It's a real life-affirming thing when you can change your body. Like, you realize that you are capable of doing something. And I used to carpool in high school for 1 year. We had a teacher who's a Vietnam vet, and this is the 70s, so Vietnam's still cooling off. And I went to a naval prep school, so a lot of my teachers were ex-World War II, ex-Korea, ex-Vietnam, Paris Island, West Point, and you get a lot of people yelling in your face, you stand up, all this stuff. That's why your parents pay. Like, your kid's a disciplinary problem.
Is the Bullis school?
Yeah. It's co-ed now, but it was all boys when I went there.
But you dug it, I thought.
Huh? No.
No?
No, I didn't like it. I liked English class, but I didn't like the rest of it. Anyway, I had this teacher who lived in the city like I did, so I'd carpool with him because he would just on his way to school, because we were way out in the suburbs, and the school bus is, hell, I'll rather ride in his Duster than the school bus.
Hell yeah.
And he was really cool to me. Like, when we would just ride, he would say, I'd call him Mr. Pepperman, that was his name, and he just call me, his name was Dennis. He said, call me Denny. When we get to school, call me Mr. Pepperman, but we're just in the car, call me Denny. I said, yes, sir. Anyway,
Danny and the Duster.
Well, he's like,
new sitcom from Fox. It's coming out next year.
Multiple confirmed kills.
Oh, man.
A guy from Pennsylvania, just one of those big, like, lumberjack-sized guys. And I'd see him work out in the gym. The jump rope with like 4 10-pound plates, bar dips, like just the really hardcore stuff. His arms are like, like trees. The guy was terrifying. And one time, and I don't like to use this language, but it's a quote. We were driving. I think it might be in the article. He looks at me and said, "You're a skinny little faggot." I'm like, gee, thanks. That really bucks a kid up in 10th grade or whatever it was. And I'm going to teach you how to lift weights, and you're going to do everything I say, which was more input into my young life than my father ever gave me. I was like, wow, someone cares about me being a young man in the world? I said, okay. He said, you're going to have your little mom, because he's a mean guy. He's like, have your little mommy take you to Sears and buy you one of those weight sets, the sand-filled, you've seen those ridiculous sand-filled.
Joe Weider bench, man, with the sand in it, yeah.
Yep. And so
sand goes all over the garage.
I couldn't even get the cardboard box of the 90 pounds of plates to my mom's trunk. The guy had to put it on the dolly and take it to the car. I had to unpack it and run it into the house a plate at a time, because I'm skinny, Ritalin addled person. I did every lift that he said to do, and sometimes I'd do the whole workout twice. I was just so into it because your body loves it's responding. And all of a sudden, my lunch tray is like a row of milk cartons, because your body's going feed me. Because you're ripping up your body, and your body's going input, and I'm eating like a locust, and I'm not looking at myself in the mirror because
Did he tell you that?
Oh yeah,
okay.
Yeah. He said, "Don't look at yourself in the mirror till I tell you to." And we were bumping up on Christmas break, Christmas exams to go home for the holiday. And so this started in the autumn. So I went all the way through, and I never did. And I wasn't really shaving in those days, so I didn't need much mirror time. And I swear I never looked at myself. I did everything he told me because I was so motivated that he cared.
Yeah.
Big deal for me. A little bit of, when someone gives you the attaboy, man, it goes a long way.
That's a big deal for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it goes, a little bit of it goes a long way.
Yeah.
Anyone of your listeners who's a boss or a coach, you got to keep your people up, and if you see someone doing great, you should go over and say, "Hey, that was good."
Positive reinforcement,
because it's huge.
Yes.
And anyway, he said, "Okay, go. You can go look at yourself." And he dropped me off. It was beginning Christmas break, 1977 or 78, and I looked at myself in the mirror, damn, there was a change, because I kept notes of like what I'm lifting, and I'm like, I'm putting like 25 pounds on every lift I had done, because when you're that age, you can just you can just pack it on. And I looked at myself and I said, look at me, like, wow. And it gave me my first dose of confidence I ever had in my life. Like, wow, I'm here, I've arrived. And it helped me so much in high school. And so I wrote that article. And that thing is in so many gyms. People write me like, did you write this thing where it says 200 pounds is always 200 pounds? Because it's framed on the wall of this gym that I go to. I'm like, yeah, I wrote that. And I was in a studio.
Did you write this thing?
Well, people
no,
like,
I know.
is this you? Because it's on this weightlifting website and your name is on it. Did you write it? I said, yeah. And one time I was in this recording studio, and this guy said, we had Aerosmith in here, in fact, the last 6 weeks. I'm like, damn, I missed him, because I'm a fan. He said, yeah, and Steve Tyler, did you write this thing about weightlifting? Because Steve Tyler, he had me Xerox it for like everyone who came into the studio. They had to get a Xerox of it and like take it with them.
Steven Tyler?